Want me in this first one?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Hi, everybody. This is the Junk You Should Know show. This is a show in the can, and what that means is I'm out of town doing something fun, probably, and so I went ahead and pre-videoed a show for you today. And this is part 2 of my time with Derek Decatur. If you saw last week's show, you already know all about this fellow, but we're going to go ahead and introduce him in just a minute. But I'm going to talk about who's sponsoring the show. You guys heard last time for the first time that the Change Cave is now sponsoring the Junk You Should Know show, and I'm going to put a link in the comments to give you more information about the Change Cave. But it is a fantastic online membership. It's a 12-module interactive learning institute with live mindset classes, weekly newscasts, and a super highly interactive of fierce like-minded individuals in a Facebook group that are all working together on their own individual wellness goals. So just check that link if you want to know any more about that. But let's get down to business. Today we're going to be talking about fitness and how you know if you're overtraining or what kind of intolerances you might have to fitness. It seems like Derek is a very seasoned trainer, and I'm sure he's seen lots of it. I've seen lots of it as a chiropractor, that patients will come in or clients will come in and they're like, I'm so sore, and it's deciding, well, is that good sore, bad sore, right? So let me introduce Derek. This is Derek Decatur of Decatur Performance. It's actually an Issaquah address, isn't it?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, Issaquah, Preston.
Yeah, so it's an Issaquah address. It's a little closer to Preston for those of you that are local. And the cool news is Derek is going to be offering our listeners today a special something. So we will put that at the very end. And we are going to get into talking a little bit about all of this great fitness stuff and overtraining and how to know how to push yourself. And so we're going to dive right in. Derek, thank you for being with me today.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it. Okay, so first of all, let's let people know, what's your history? What landed you here? Where did you come from?
Yeah, so sort of a long story. We'll make it short as we can here. Grew up playing baseball.
Okay.
And then I went and played baseball in college, and through playing baseball, I've had multiple surgeries.
Okay.
I had back pain. I had hamstrings, pulls.
Yeah.
My dream of going and playing professional baseball, I realized fairly early, probably wasn't going to happen. So I wanted to know why. So I got my degree in physiology, and the plan was to go to physical therapy school.
Okay.
I came back home and I started working at a gym, and then transitioned to a physical therapy clinic after that, where I was taking patients post rehab and transitioning them into their fitness programs.
Wow.
Through working at the clinic, I realized I wanted to take what I was learning there and bring it to the fitness side, because I saw there was a little bit of a disconnect.
Yeah.
So I quit that job, and we kind of started Decatur Performance. Ever since then, it's just been continuing to learn.
Yeah.
And piecing, as I tell our members, rehab and strength training are on a continuum, that we like to call resistance training. So it's just finding where people are at in that continuum, and making sure that we're training the right way to keep people healthy for their life, not just for the next 30
I love
days.
That. And that brings up the whole concept of functional training, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's become kind of a catchphrase, but the whole idea of, you're not training for a lovely toned bicep, that's a nice byproduct, but what you're training for is so that you're functionally strong for life. Mm-hmm. And so when you're 70, you can still lift bags of garden soil, and you can put your suitcase in the overhead and pick up your grandchildren and all of that, and that you are fit and strong all the time, every year of your life. So I think that's really cool. And the one thing I want to say about Derek that I love, I've worked with him as a chiropractor for many, many years, because he gets the idea of rehabilitation from a chiropractic and physical therapy perspective, and the athletic trainer perspective, and he's just got such a beautiful bridge between the two. And so that's why I love referring to him, because he's got that completely solidly down, and he knows how to educate clients, and he knows how to take you from where you're at to get you as strong and fit to the highest potential that you can have. So that's very cool. You were going to say something though, I think. Did I throw you off?
No.
Okay.
If you did, I don't remember.
Okay, we got a couple questions. Okay, yes, so we're talking about overtraining. What are the signs of overtraining?
The first thing we want to ask people is how is their sleep quality? It seems it doesn't always mesh. People don't understand that the sleep quality and their training are one and the same, essentially.
Yeah.
If their sleep quality is bad, whether that means they're waking up all the time, they can't go to sleep, or they're waking up just just groggy. If you have to have that triple shot macchiato in the morning, or you can't function, that's a sign that we might be going down that road to overtraining.
Okay.
So sleep quality is a huge one for us here. That just tells us a lot.
Okay.
The other one is, how their joints are feeling in general.
Okay.
Should there be a little bit of soreness with training? Sure. Should it be a chronic issue? No.
Okay.
It shouldn't be.
Okay.
Those are two big ones.
So how do I know? Because you and I both have had clients that are like, oh, it hurts, I don't want to work out. Mm-hmm. Versus, oh, I'm sore, don't worry about it, I'm just going to push through it.
Yeah.
There's both ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
And so what are some ways that you use to test a client to know you've overtrained, or let's just go ahead and maybe work through this?
Yeah, so one, we'll always ask people kind of on a scale of 1 to 10.
Okay, good.
So we will talk, okay, 10 worst soreness you've ever had. 1, I'm perfectly fine. Where are you at?
Okay.
And that does a couple things for us. 1, it lets us as the coach know what are we dealing with.
Okay.
2, it kind of puts things in perspective for our members as well.
Yeah.
Because I know that sometimes I'll tweak a shoulder, because
Yeah.
I've had 3 shoulder surgeries, and it hurts, but in hindsight, it's like a 3.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, that's going to be okay.
Yeah.
So that's a big one. Another one is just assessing their tolerance and explaining their tolerance.
Okay.
So what is a tolerance? The best way I explain this to our members is going out in the sun and getting a sunburn.
Oh.
I can't go out in the sun very long. I can go out for about an hour, and it's not a tan because I don't tan, but I'm okay. If I go out for 3 hours, I'm burnt.
Okay.
So tolerance is, where are you okay? So I can go up to an hour and I'm all right.
Yeah.
3 hours and I'm burnt. Same
Okay.
thing in the gym. I can push it
To a certain level.
to a certain level. If I'm sore for a day or two, okay.
Yeah.
I found kind of where I'm at from a tolerance
Yeah.
standpoint. If I can't sit on the toilet for 5 days,
Yeah.
that's a sunburn.
That's a sunburn.
And where that is for everybody is completely different,
It's
and that's where
super,
communication is also key. This isn't a coach telling a client what to do.
Yeah.
There has to be communication for this stuff to work the way, in my mind, the way it should.
Yeah.
Because I'm not in their, I don't know how they're perceiving pain, so we need to talk about it and explain it.
I like that.
Yeah.
I had a sternoclavicular issue, a collarbone to my sternum issue. It was terrible, and I stopped doing any activity, and it did not get better. And so then I decided I'm going to start jump roping just a little bit, see if I can do it, get some movement in there, and that was the only thing out of everything I tried that solved the issue. And so sometimes working through a particular injury, strengthening around it, building it up, absolutely can be a solution. And so we have to think about that too. And that's why you need somebody qualified who is watching your workout, helping you develop a program, and make sure that you are training safely.
Yeah, and I would say, people will come in with little aches and pains, and we have a saying here, motion is lotion.
Yes.
So
I like that.
not training doesn't mean sitting on the couch.
Active
right?
recovery, right?
We need to move.
Yeah.
So, but that movement just needs to be in a way that's going to move you forward, and not continue that inflammation process and set you back.
Yeah, safely.
Again, that's where you need that. That is where.
And for those new to working out, for those that maybe have some chronic pain syndromes such as fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, I've worked with those types of folks before, and there is a mental training, a mindset training that has to go into helping them understand, when you break down a muscle in order to build up muscle and to expand muscle and produce new muscle cells, there can be some inflammation there can be some soreness, and that's all part of the process, and it's okay. But it's knowing how to read your body and know when, okay, active recovery, meaning a walk instead of a heavy training session, is going to be better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Inflammation is good. acutely.
Yes, right.
Not chronically.
Okay,
that's the difference.
Let's talk about that. So acute inflammation is bringing healing factors to your body. It's creating circulation. It's flushing out all the little junk that's in there. It's building adhesions. It's doing great things. But if it's there for a long period of time, it can be destructive to the joint. It can cause all sorts of issues, right?
Hormonal issues.
Exactly. That was the other thing Derek mentioned, is a sign of overtraining is when hormones start to go crazy.
Yes.
Right? So tell me a little bit more about that. What do you see?
So again, the sleep, the tired and wired, can't go to sleep, but also the idea of I have been dieting, I have been training for months and months and months, and I'm not losing weight.
Yeah.
Even though I'm doing everything I think I should be doing.
Okay.
Or maybe I'm gaining weight.
Yeah.
That is a sign that there could be some hormonal issues and some overtraining issues. The hormones are going to dictate pretty much everything.
Yeah.
And so if that stress has become chronic through overtraining or undernourishing, we can mess up that hormone profile, and weight loss is going to be a very, very large uphill battle at that point.
Yeah.
And it's hard sometimes to tell people you're doing too much.
Yeah.
It's also very hard to tell people you're not eating enough.
Yeah, I know that's very, very true.
Yeah.
You cannot build muscle in a calorie deficit, and you can just stress your body. And so I think that's really key, especially for women like myself between sort of 35 and 55. Our hormones are changing already. We have to be very cognizant of what type of workouts we do and what kind of nutrition we're getting.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
Good. Okay, what are some methods you have for kind of protections against overtraining? Like when you design a program, how do you in your head go, okay, I don't want them overtraining?
Yeah, I mean, we are spacing out our stresses.
Okay.
Essentially. So we are trying to get in 2 to 3 resistance training exercises a week, or sessions a week.
Okay.
Depending on the goal, we're looking at some higher intensity interval work.
Great.
But then there also needs to be just some steady state cardio. I kind of just think of it as just everything just needs to chill out.
Yeah.
Just everything.
Almost like just kind of an active recovery.
Active recovery. Go for a hike. Walk the dog. It doesn't need to be, it doesn't need to be a 30-10, assault bike.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be a HIIT workout, a Tabata workout every single day.
We need to balance. Like everything, there needs to be a balance.
Yeah.
Yes, you need to push yourself and work hard.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be taking time to do easy things.
That's right.
So we implement those into programs, but we also, we do soft tissue work. We do mobility work, and that's kind of going back to
stretching.
that PT. We do all those things
Lots
that
of
keep
stretching.
you moving.
Yeah, and I think stretching is a big one that people just kind of put for a time, like because I don't have time to stretch after I'm done or whatever. Yeah, it's an issue because it definitely does protect.
Yeah.
I also really like foam roller stick work. Those are both great for kind of getting things loosened up, getting the circulation, flushing everything out there.
Breathing.
Oh, say more about that.
90% of the people that come in here have a very hard time breathing.
Oh, interesting.
So if just hold your breath, what happened? I mean, sympathetic nervous system's going to go crazy.
Yes.
So we need to get people out of that sympathetic, and they need to bring it back down, because again, if your brain's going to perceive that is a stress. So people need to learn how to breathe with their exercises, but people need to learn how to breathe just in life.
Well, and the
general.
minute you take a big deep breath in and a big breath out, you push yourself into parasympathetic. So that's a good thing. You don't want to be in fight or flight all the time. So I think that's a really good key is, again, a qualified trainer is going to help you connect all those dots together. The breathing, the stretching, the program, all of that is going to be great. I want to step back to, we talked about, 3 pretty good intensity workouts and then some active recovery. I find a lot of my clients, they're surprised when I say do something 6 days a week. I'm not saying do a 2-hour intense workout, but we need to move our bodies for an hour every day. That's my philosophy. Some days more intense, some days less intense. I rarely take a day off, but some days it looks like just a little short hike. Some days it's just a walk. Other days it's a very intense workout. But you do see that too, that people get better results if they're being more consistent. Absolutely. If we're looking long term too, which at our facility the goal is 10 years from now. Awesome. Consistency, there needs to be an up and down in terms of intensity levels.
And that intensity level is determined by who you are also. Activity may be, I'm going to clean the house today.
Yeah.
Or it may be, I'm going to go hike Mount Si if you're local.
If you're local. That's a big one.
Yeah, it's a good hike. So it's individualized.
Yeah.
Just like most of what we do should be individualized, and you just need to know what that is. You need to listen to your body, and if you need help, that's when you seek it out too.
I think that's great. Now, Derek, you have some group. Well, first of all, you train a lot of high school students.
Yep,
and a lot of college students, a lot of athletes. That's just sort of commonplace here. You also do a lot of folks my age in group settings. Is that right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about, because group fitness is still relatively new to many people. So what does that look like? Because it's not a step class of 50 people. So what is group fitness?
For us here, group fitness is a strength program in a setting of anywhere from 8 to 15 people.
Okay.
It is us taking people and teaching people how to do resistance training.
Okay.
So it is in a group, but within that group we do, because we feel like we have to, it is our job to adjust for people.
Okay.
Bad knees, okay, we're going to adjust this. Even though if the program says we're doing X, Y, or Z, we need you to do something different. Adjusting within those programs.
So if I'm in this group of 10 and I have terrible knees, and one of the things is jump squats, you're going to go, Heather, you need to be doing something else, and here's what you're going to do. So it's still individualized attention. Frankly, the whole concept of, going to a mega gym and having a trainer going 1, 2, 3. I don't need someone standing there and counting. I need someone to tell me what the next exercise is, but then, go off you go. And that's what's I think the beauty of some of the stuff here is that you have a community, you have people that you connect with. A lot of the times it's the same people all the time, which is awesome. Yeah. And you have you're working out a different program every time you come, so your body's not getting sick of the workout, it's not becoming too efficient, you're constantly being challenged. And you've got this, to come help you, and I think that's really, really cool.
Yeah, and we're trying, in my mind, our job is to teach.
Yeah.
So those group classes, everything starts out with the breathing, everything starts out with the mobility drills, then we go dynamic warm-ups, then we get into the workout, which is the resistance training piece. Yeah. And within that resistance training, we are trying to teach what is the right technique, obviously, but also how to modify for your body, because my squat's going to look different than my 6'6" basketball player's squat or whoever is in the class, right? So just educating, because as you become confident, you get better results.
You definitely do, and you can put you can push yourself further. You can get better results, and like you say, this is all an investment in the long term. Your inner septuagenarian is saying thank you for doing this. One of the things I want to mention about Decatur Performance is they have a wonderful Instagram stories presence. So if you are on Instagram at all, like them and then hit the little profile picture, that sends you to their stories, and they are posting stuff every day. So if you're like, what's this Decatur Performance all about? You can go there and click on that and see that. So you'll see people working out, you'll see what types of exercises they do, and it's really awesome. So I think that's great.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And we also are going to offer the local folks something. What are we offering them, Derek?
2 weeks. Come on in, check it out. 2-week free trial.
That's amazing.
We'll get you, your assessment, because that's where it all starts.
Okay, that is great. So if you want to take advantage of that, all I want you to do is put 2 weeks in the comments section and tag Decatur Performance. So at Decatur, DECATER.
ER.
Not OR.
Yes.
I've spelt it OR a lot. DECATER Performance at Decatur Performance. So just put 2 weeks at Decatur Performance. They will get in touch with you to get you your 2-week free trial. And that would be really cool, because this facility is great. Just seeing it on camera doesn't even do it justice. But do check them out on Instagram stories and on Facebook. And we're going to have Derek back again another time. In fact, he doesn't know this, but I'm going to ask him to do some work with me on the Change Cave for some of the fitness sections. And now he has to say yes because it's on camera. So, guys, thank you so much. Leave your comments below. Even though this is pre-recorded, I am going to be checking comments, and I will respond there. We'll have a couple fun links for you down there, as always. And as I said, the Change Cave informational link is above, and I would love for you to check that out too. So thank you guys so much for watching. As always, this is the Junkie Should Know Show, and we'll see you next week, okay? Thank you.